Hello, and welcome back to our U.S. Navy 1890 campaign, Waves of Steel. Please excuse any sort of rumble you might hear in the background. I've got the air conditioning going. It's currently, it's like 90 degrees outside or 85 or something. It's 11 o'clock at night. We've been having a pretty nasty heat wave here with high humidity. It's not going away anytime too soon. Probably going to last for another week, it looks like, so just got to tough it out. Looks like we're toughing out this war. All right, let's press some buttons. In the last episode, we had a major victory. Big, big, big victory. Hmm. I'm actually kind of willing to take this fight now that I think I put a couple of their battle cruisers into the shipyard to repair. I sank like a light cruiser or something or heavy cruiser, I forget which. So maybe we won't be too outnumbered here. This could be a huge mistake, but let's see. The only reason I haven't really been taking these fights is because I always end up outnumbered. And in a war of missile spamming, numbers matter. All right. Let's go to Squad Max. Let's start firing off we're getting some contacts. Light cruiser. We're launching. I think we can do that now since we have contacts with our helicopters. All right, let's turn off fire at will so we don't launch all of our missiles right now. All right, let's get our destroyers into a fighting formation here and start heading south and see if we can't find some radar contacts. We've scored a couple of missile hits. And if those really are light cruisers, then a couple of missile hits can actually, there's a fresh contact right there going south. That's probably what we just hit with the missiles. So we'll go and hope for a radar contact. It's moving. Let's do fire at will. There go a few, and turn it off again. There we go. That's probably a crippled ship now. Yep. That's it. Ship details. It was a light cruiser. 1955, so about 15 years old. It's formidable. It's got heavy SSMs and some medium SAMs. Of course, it's the bottom of the ocean now. Keep going, crush them. Aw. All right, well, let's see where our budget ends up here. And we don't want anything from them. So let's just take war reparations. Economy boost, go. All right, let's see how bad we are off here. Oh, ugh. Okay, well, here we go again with this stuff. Okay, so one thing we can do, it's not going to affect us much because the upkeep on these are really low. But let's scrap all of these Red Rivers. You're gone. You did well. It's time for you to go. And the Miamis are obsolete now. They're going to go as well. We're actually going to get rid of a few of them. Scrap. We need some for Foreign Station. Oh boy, look at that. Our yeah, our monthly balance is still not good. All right, San Juans. We're gonna bring you home. That'll let us bring everything home to the East Coast. There we go. And then when you get there, we're going to put you into mothballs because you are San Juans. We can train them up probably pretty easily. I get them whipped into shape. Hang on, let's give them an opportunity to get home before we do that. There we go. Put these ones into mothball. That didn't help much, did it? And then we got stuff in the Caribbean, which is basically, it's the same as home base, like same upkeep. Oh my gosh. What are we going to do here? Let's throw, well, a bunch of these Atlantic Suns. Some of these Atlantic Suns will be finished. We're going to halt construction on these. Okay, that cut our deficit. We've cut it by about half. So let's let these finish. This represents what? About 4,500 or so, probably. So let's start the game. You know, didn't want the war to end immediately like that. Here's a study of, yeah, we're just shooting everything down with fighters. We're not shooting anything down with heavy, with SAMs, or, because they're not fighting over top of us. So that number is a little bit untrustworthy, I guess. And we're gonna put, actually, let's go one more month. Okay. Probably have some submarines that are being built as well. Those are going to be a little while. So let's actually, no, we can halt construction. What am I doing? There we go. That helps. That actually helps a lot. Yeah, we're going to halt construction on all of these. There we go. That gives us 9 months. 9 whole months. And then we can put all this stuff here, all these San Juans, on mothball. There we go. Gives us about 10 months, 11 months technically, worth of time to hopefully get a budget event. Yep, the game is over, but we're going to play on. Go, go, go. Okay. All right, yeah, the budget isn't too shabby right now. It's not great, but let's throw these here into mothball. We'll throw these into mothball. Look at that. And that'll let us put these ones here back onto, get them finished, essentially. Here's the German light cruiser. This is like their 1969, so this is their new, pretty good, 13,000 tons. It's got some heavy SSMs. It's got a bunch of CIWS on it, and it's got heavy SAMs. That is actually a pretty formidable light cruiser. It can do a little bit of everything. Okie dokie. Increases medium SAM and heavy SAM effectiveness, and medium SAM hit chances against missiles. That is actually pretty dang cool. Here's an improved heavy jet fighter. What do we get? We get 6 extra knots worth of speed. We get 4 miles of range. We get an extra point of toughness. And our heavy bombs go up by 500 pounds. And it can carry 2 medium air-to-surface missiles. Wow, that is a good heavy fighter right there. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Okay. Beating the army has top priority. Let's go for some prestige. A. Uh-oh, we're at, our deficit jumped up, like, quite a lot there out of nowhere. What the heck happened? We can't put these Miamis on mothball either. So I know this is going to sound crazy, but it might be time to get rid of a few of these Lexingtons. We mean to replace them with what we're building, the America class. But we need money to do so. So we're going to scrap them, and no, we're not selling them to Spain. And we'll get rid of the air wings, less to maintain. That, look at that. That fixed our budget right up. Okay, let's resume some construction here. Cool. Excellent. And then once this current wave right here of Atlantic Suns are finished, we can start building up more America class. America! Heck yeah. Okie dokie. Yeah, today was a bad day to. I cooked a couple of baked potatoes in the oven. All right, tensions rise. But today was a bad day to have the oven running at like 410 degrees for like an hour. It's just really, really warm. All right, we're gonna get rid of all of these Lexington class. They're all going obsolete on us, and we can immediately start building some Americas. So we're gonna scrap them. No, we're not selling to Spain. You're belligerent, remember? You're all angry at everybody. So let's build 4 more America class. That's 6 coming in as replacements. And we can transfer. We're not going to transfer the carriers over. We're just going to put the Americas into the lower CV spots, like 6, 7, 8, 9, etc., etc. But hopefully we don't have a war in the next 38 months. Hopefully they just leave us the heck alone. And I want to see how many Atlantic Suns we have, so I'm going to pretend like I'm going to scrap them. No. So it says we have 34. That's cool. That's, with the ones we're building here, that's enough. In fact, I can get rid of I'm going to get rid of these ones because we're gonna have like plenty. Like this is 34 plus another. That's 5, so that's 41. We're gonna have 44 of those things. We don't need like 30, and then that'll let us. I was gonna take these out of mothball, but instead we're going to build 2 more America class, like so. And this will basically completely replace like all the stuff we just scrapped. All right, new naval patrol craft. So we get a little bit more speed. I mean, these things are like kind of at the peak of what you can do with them. Range, whatever. Yeah, there's not really a whole lot you can do with them. Like the armaments are the same. Actually, the bombs get smaller. I'm just gonna keep what we got. I mean, it's fine, I suppose. All right, let's go for budget and tension. We're gonna go for budget and double tension, actually. Try to get into the yellow. Nope, not quite, but we're getting close. And that gives us 12,000, which will let us build 2 more America class. Well, we don't have enough shipyards. Look at that. We've maxed out our shipyards. Wow. Okay. Well, that means since this doesn't actually take up any shipyard to do, we're gonna grab half of our Atlantic Suns or thereabouts. We're gonna open them up for a rebuild, and I want to strap on some minesweeping gear, and that means we'll get rid of 1 Sea Whiz to make it happen. Fire control's not the best type. Who cares? Not to be a jerk, but who gives a heck? We'll give them dual-purpose main gun. Like, there you go. With an autoloader. There you go. And you know what? Actually, maybe we will give them some kind of. Well, we can't really. We can give them a central rangefinder. It's the best we can do with our top side. So at least you have a little bit of an ability to pop some stuff with your gun. But let's face it, that is not your role here. But we do mainly want the minesweeping on here. It does lower the ASW value, but we have destroyers for that. They don't do a great job of it, but we have them for that. There we go. What next with our? Why is our balance? Hang on, am I dreaming? Like I thought we didn't have that bad of a balance a minute ago. Like we have a lot of excess. Rebuild. Well, we have to start building up our shipyard, I guess. We just need a way to spend some money. Oh, hang on, hang on. We can resume construction. There we go. That's better. And go. It is without a doubt. We're going to say Great Britain so that we get into the yellow tension with them because it's going to come back down due to the recent war. Let's see. Aircraft types. So we have a brand new heavy jet fighters. That's pretty good. We have a pretty new jet attack. What else do we care about? Like, do we want to just try to improve on the jet attack? Yeah, let's give it a little. Let's see what we can. Heavy or jet attack. There we go. What do we want? We want bomb load, and we want. We're gonna go for range this time. No, we're gonna go for speed. Actually, no, sorry. We're going for maneuverability. Because maneuverability is kind of like one of our lower stats. We're tough, but we're not maneuverable. So let's go for that. See what we get. Hopefully something awesome. Let's denounce Germany and hope for some budget. No budget for us. And we don't have any shipyard capacity to build anything new. This is troublesome. Rebuild these Atlantic Suns. We could. These Ericssons are old. So let's start refitting those. Replace the machinery on them. There's really nothing else we can do with them. We're just overhauling the engines essentially. Oh, hang on, we can put a CIWS on there. Sort of. Maybe. How am I going to make it work? That'll do. It's an expensive refit, actually. Really expensive refit. But we need to spend money anyhow. There we go. And we'll do the same for a couple of Ericssons. Yeah, we got San Juans that'll be finished in just a few months here. Let's do like 3 Ericssons. So let's go ahead and open for rebuild. We replace the machinery. We throw on CIWS. And replace the medium AA with light. And it's CIWS, so. CIWS, oh GWiz. GWiz, it's a CIWS. I don't know. Alright, we will take it. And let's do 2 more of those. Cool. Get them done now. And then as we finish the Atlantic Suns, we rebuild those. We have one more that's going to be finished next month. Or not, actually. Why the heck didn't it do anything? There it went. Oh, this is a Barcelona class heavy cruiser, Spain. So it's got some nice SAMs on there. It's got some heavy SSMs. It's got some 10-inch guns. Very formidable. Very formidable. And let's rebuild this one here. It's the last of the Atlantic Suns. And then we need to start popping out some more Ericssons. Rebuild like 5 of them. Let's rebuild 3 more. There we go. We'll let that stew for a minute. Ugh, they're taking away our money. Let's build a highway system for the next 18 years of development. Okay, ouch. German light cruiser. This is the Mainz class. This is brand new, 1969. And it's very similar to what we've seen before. Seems like they've reached the peak of their design. They're pretty happy with what they got. All right, we're going to assign 2 of these San Juans to... this one here only has 2 ships in it, but we'll make another division. So 25, that'll do. All right. No, boy, they're just like chopping away at our budget. Let's go for prestige and tension. Threaten some people, threaten some third parties enough, and France and England start getting mad at you. But at least we're at the point where, look at this. Well, we're giving up even more budget. Oh, this is nice. Missiles are more likely to target high-value targets. Excellent. Man, we're getting hit. Luckily, a lot of this stuff will come out of rebuild, and we should be close to even again. But it's really going to put a damper on rebuilding all these Ericssons. We cannot risk technology getting leaked. Not even this late in the game. And I'm not too worried about the tensions right now because I think I'm still going to get those tensions going down due to the recent war type things. There's the new docks. We're going to send out a gunboat. There's some tension with France again. I'd like to see the tension go down a little bit, actually. I don't want to war again immediately. Well, let's try to save them. There's tension with France. Jeez. They're just really pushing it on me. All right, so we gained about 70 knots worth of speed. We gain over 100 miles of range with all of these, most of those. We get some firepower, some... Actually, we lose our firepower, but we gain maneuverability. And our bombs go up to... Oh, we can carry 2 heavy missiles. We get 3,000 pounders. Don't mind if I do. All right, so it's either this one or this one. This one has a slightly better speed. This one has... it also has the better range. So we'll take the Curtis. Sure. Don't remind me again about this naval patrol craft. I'm sick of hearing about it. Well, now we got trouble with France. Man, they are just like pushing us. Push us right to the edge of war. Right, let's rebuild some Ericssons while we're at it. And get our budget up a little bit here if we can. Our treasury at least. Tension with France reduces. There we go. There we go. See, that's kind of nice. That helps. We have to rebuild these Miamis too at some point. But I think more importantly right now, since the Miamis are essentially on forward station, the main priority here is getting these Ericssons upgraded. Won't hurt to hang on. Okay. Yeah, it won't hurt to. I was just making sure I added CWIZs and stuff on there. I think I did. Hang on. Get paranoid. Yeah, okay, I added CWIZ. Jeez. Getting these Ericssons upgraded so the engines are newer. There's 24 submarines. Don't mind if we do. Tensions go down. We'll do these. We'll do the Miamis here as soon as we get close to having these Ericssons finished. What did I just do? There. I don't know what I clicked. I had like a momentary lapse in my brain or something. I don't know what the heck happened there. Okay. Spain and Japan have signed an alliance. The true sleeper powers. Okay, we're still unfriendly with France. They don't have any friends, however, and if they really want to go to war with us, they could certainly try. 16 light carriers, that would be annoying to have to chase all those down. But maybe they can just wait. If France can just wait a second before they try to fight us. Just hang on. Give me like 23. Give me 2 years. Give me 2 years, France, so then we can do whatever you want us to. We can do whatever you want. Here's a light German cruiser, the Elbing class. Pretty standard. Yeah, let's develop a new helicopter. So we're gonna go for range on this one, and we're gonna go for bomb load. Maybe it can carry missiles. I don't know. That'd be really cool. There we go. There we go. Now we're in a safe zone in there with France. We could have a negative event with them and probably not jump into a war. We're gonna go for some budget plus tension here. So we got tension with France again. But it's worth because we get some nice little budget here. Let's see. Yeah, we got a nice sort of schedule of getting these Ericssons done. They're coming out in, flights or groups or whatever. This is our main priority at the moment. And then the enterprises actually need to have an engine rebuild as well. All right, well, tension went back up with France due to that event we had, but that's okay. We need it up with someone, as long as it's not like in the super danger zone. Let's denounce Japan. How dare you? 1536. Hey, we got a little bit of budget from that. Yes. Okay. Well, if we put okay, these will be done in 5 months. So we're gonna try putting a couple of our carriers into an engine rebuild here. Let's replace the machinery. It's going to take a year. We can give them the CWIS. We just need to chop some of the medium AA. I think more than 6 CWIS is too much or whatever. Uh-oh. What am I doing? Okay. There we go. Yeah, so we upgrade to CWIS on these carriers. Not too shabby. And we could technically, if we really wanted to, add more barrels to these SAMs, grease tubes. No, we can't. Never mind. Let's not do that. Or we could actually rip off some of these medium AAs. Can we add one more tube? What about over here? And the weight doesn't really allow for it, but we can decrease one of, okay. Well, we added one more SAM tube, but we gave up, let's get rid of a director, I guess. So we gave up some of our medium AAs, we upgraded to CWIS, and we gain one extra light SAM barrel, essentially. And we get the engine rebuild. It's not too expensive either. And let's just go ahead and do all of them. Rebuild them. Hopefully we won't have a war start in a year. Stuttgart class. Oh, this is the one we saw before. Okie dokie. Save. And we're about 30 minutes in, so this is where we're going to call it. We're looking pretty good. Hang on, let's got some extra money. Let's go ahead and rebuild some more Ericssons while we're at it. And rebuild a few more. Anyhow, we're going to call it here. Let's take real quick a look at our construction situation here. So we got these enterprises, which will be rebuilt in just under a year from now. We have the first of our America class super carriers being finished here in 4 months, but it's probably more like 10 months or even a year before they're going to be able to do anything with their air crews. And then right around that time, we'll have we'll have 6 more America class rolling off the assembly line there. And I'd like to have even like 4s. I like to build these in 4s if possible. So that's 4 and that's 4. So that'll be essentially 4 carrier groups. 2 each essentially. So that'll be like 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then I'll probably build like 4 more Americas as well. But that'll be after we get these Ericssons finished. Like we're next month or so, whenever we resume, we'll have a bunch of Ericssons finish up. Excuse me. A bunch of these Ericssons will finish up, and I'll better put some more into rebuild. And we're getting close to the end. We got probably about that's like 1 wave. That's like 2 waves. We got about like 2.5 waves of Ericssons left to work on. Yep, that's it. Thank you so much for hanging in there. I appreciate you so much. I'll see you next time, and stay safe out there.